It's definitely going to be different. I mean, with him being the guy that recruited me and being here for 4 years out of my 5, it's going to be weird seeing him on the other sideline, and even more awkward to talk to him after the game.
Do you think he's going to have some tips for the D-line coach, knowing how most of you guys play?
I'm sure he will. You can't help but try and help the team that you're with by doing that. But he would probably most definitely do that. I can't imagine him not.
What have you seen from Southern Miss on film from their defensive line?
Their defense. I think their defensive line is one of their strengths on their team. They play hard and they're active. So it's going to be another challenge for us as an O-line.
Been some shakeups on the offensive line, moving Graffrey over to left tackle, and the left guard's different than whatever the way the season started. How do you feel like those new guys have gelled with you guys?
I feel like it's been good for us. I feel like we're starting to come together and mold together and get used to who we're playing with, and I think the changes have been good for us.
With all the crossovers in terms of the coaching staff and in terms of just the proximity, how big of a rivalry is this for you guys as players? Hasn't played in a few years.
I think it's one of the biggest rivalries that I've been a part of since I've been here. With them being right down the road and having coaches on their staff that have been here or played here, I think it's going to be a dogfight. I think it's going to be a fun game.
I know that their personnel's changed, their coachings have changed, our coaches have changed, but what do you remember from the last 2 times you guys played Southern Miss both here and then 11 in Hattiesburg?
It was, like you said, the weather wasn't the best, and but it was always a fight. It was a close game, and I think it's going to be another good one. Of course we want to pull away, but I think it's going to be a fun and a hard-fought game.
What's been the offensive line's mindset once you guys get into the red zone? This coach has been emphasizing that's one of the things you guys want to do is continue to punch the ball into the end zone.
Right. Basically just, put our weight in our hands and get the ball in the end zone, whatever we got to do. Just as much weight forward as you can and drive the guys off the ball and get that ball in the end zone and get the ball to KD and let him punch it in there.
Matt, most of the time when you guys run, they're running behind you and Big Mitchell Bell. Right. Do you like that? Do you like that challenge? Do you know that whenever odds are, if a running play is called, it's coming to the right?
Not necessarily. I don't pay too much attention to which direction the ball goes, but whichever, I could care less which side it goes to. If we make a hole for Kenneth, that's our goal, is to give him the biggest hole we can and let him hit it.
Looking at it, something that's kind of different, of the top 7 teams that you guys have ever faced as a program, Southern Miss is the only one that y'all are playing this year, probably we're in the foreseeable future, at least a continued every year team. What does now being able to renew one of these rivalries that a program has played a lot, what does it do for a team in terms of, is there any extra incentive playing in a rivalry game, or is it really just, the same old cliche, it's just another game?
It's still, we focus on what we're doing more than the other team. That's what's most important. But I believe it gives that extra kick in the game, that extra motivation to want to go out there and play real hard. But I think it's huge for the program and for both programs, and it's going to be big for this area, and I think it'll be a good turnout. I think it's nothing but good for both.
Matt, this being your last year of football, and you want probably to be a coach in the next stage of your life. Getting so much experience from two different coaching staffs, what has that meant for you as far as an offensive lineman's perspective?
It's been huge for me. I've had two great coaches in my position that have had a lot of experience, whether it be at the pro level or in the college level, or so I've had a lot of great opportunities with good coaches, and I've taken a lot in from what they've coached me with.
Knowing that Southern Miss hasn't won a game since 11, and I guess y'all not wanting to be that team that Southern Miss so-called beat in the end of their streak, is there any extra incentive with that, just to go in with kind of that mindset or anything like that?
Basically, we can't take anything for granted. These guys are going to be coming out here and they're going to be playing hard. Like they have nothing to lose, and they're going to come in here and try and do everything they can to beat us. So we can't take them lightly. We have to go out there with a good mindset and work hard all week to prepare for Southern Miss.
Do you believe in the do theory?
The do theory?
As in they're due for a win?
Not necessarily, but anything could happen, and we can't. If we get on our heels at all, anything could happen.
You said they have nothing to lose, and that mindset for them, does that make them a little more dangerous than just, you know, a team that might be 2-4, 3-5, or whatever, because they know they literally have nothing to lose?
Yeah, but potentially, yes. Not necessarily though. I think that they're not coming in here with any mindset to do anything but beat us. You know, they have no reason not to. You know, but I don't think it necessarily means that they're any more dangerous than anybody else. We still have to focus on what we're doing more than, you know, while we're preparing for them as well. But we basically just have to prepare like we do every week and really try and beat these guys.
This year, how much focus have you guys had to really pay extra attention to with doing your job and not worrying about everybody else?
It's been, you know, it's been one of those deals where we try to kind of not necessarily simplify it, but kind of, you know, not worry about everybody else. You can't do somebody else's job on the field, and that's basically the bottom line. And if you focus on doing your job and 11 guys on the field focus on doing their job, then that play is going to be successful. So it's basically just to, you know, keep them from trying to do other people's jobs. You can only do one job at a time, and that's your own.